Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Crypto for Starters YouTube channel. Tonight, we're going to be doing over some updates with Rad and see what we got going on in the crypto space. Everything's looking good in the last couple days. Everything looks green. Is this a bull run? Is it a fake? We can talk about that as well. So let's bring Rad in and we'll talk for a little bit while we let everybody kind of join, and then we'll get going. Hey, Rad, how are you?
How's everybody?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really excited. I've had a great week with lots of new projects that we're going to get into and talk about. You already touched on the fact that this might be the beginning of another bull run. We'll get into that a little bit more here. But no, I'm really good. But most of all, I'm just happy to be here because I don't know what happened this morning. My laptop started overheating and it was burning my legs. And I noticed that even though it was plugged in, it was not charging. And I had about 10 minutes of battery left. And I was like, what do I do if my laptop's going to die? I've got all this information and I'm never going to get it out of there in 10 minutes. So I shut down my laptop for a while today. So you're going to have to bear with me, guys, if I don't have all my notes in order. I wasn't able to put my laptop on until just a short while ago to do this stream. But it is looking good now. So I think we're okay.
Good deal. Yeah, that's good. I know I remember when you were talking about it. I know you just had to get a new laptop for your daughter because it was stolen and,
Yeah. Yeah, and I was like, that was the other thing. It's like, I don't buy cheap laptops. Like, this is Asus from Germany. So yeah, really good brand. But it's the one thing I never scrimp on, especially when you do design graphics. You have to have all the quad core and 8 core. I think my daughter's a 16 core or something crazy like that. Yeah. So
well, it's crazy. Yeah. We bought a new laptop, I don't know, late last year, and it's the first laptop we spent pretty good money on. And I'll tell you what, it makes a big difference. Spending good money on a laptop, it makes a difference for sure.
Yeah, it really does. And even though I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm used to buying one about every year, but I only got this one in September. So maybe it was just the weather in Vegas today. I don't know. I might have been maxing it out though, because I had like 4 or 5 Adobe programs open and those are pretty beefy. So lesson learned. I mean, you can see how many screens I have in the background. I got tablets, laptops. Like, why I do it all on one computer, I don't know. Because I have these running for charts. That's what those guys are there for. They're just running for charts all the time. So, So speaking of which, shall we get into it? How's Ethereum looking? Like I said, I haven't had my laptop on today, trying to make sure I could be here. But it was looking pretty good this morning.
Yeah, let's bring it up real quick.
Yeah.
Well, who should we use? Let's use Crypto List.
Absolutely. For anybody who doesn't know, Crypto List, they're a partner program with Para. And they've just got their new aggregator is in beta. So Crypto List, LYST, Crypto List. Pretty sure it's .io. But yeah, because they're in beta, they need your feedback, whether that's good, whether you're having issues, whether there's anything that you spot, if there's something that you would like to see added to the site. They are trying to build something that potentially could be in place of, do we dare say the name? CMC and CG, all know who we're talking about. I don't even want to say their names. I hate those guys. They're idiots. I also have to mention, while you're bringing up the Ethereum chart, we are doing lots of giveaways today. I'm so excited to do giveaways. Yep.
All right, I was just going to tweet again since we added another giveaway.
Yep. Everybody tweet out. I'll tell you what, everybody who tweets out this stream will be put into the draw for an NFT. I'm not saying which one yet. I'm still deciding which one. But everybody go and tweet out the stream. I've had a long day. It's all professional up in here.
Is it the Lazy Horse Race Club, Brad?
Today we're going to be doing some House of Clowns. We're going to be doing Lazy Horse Race Club, and I believe there's something special coming in from Para also. I'll tell you what, I'll give a House of Clowns. I'll give a House of Clowns to the winner. Whoever tweets out this room will be in the draw for a House of Clowns NFT. We'll talk
All right, guys,
more
so
about the project in a bit.
I'm gonna tweet right now, and I'll pin it to my Twitter. So go retweet that, and then we'll do a retweet giveaway.
Yeah, the Twitter is what is it? At Mr. Crypto for Starter, right?
It's at Crypto for Starter. Just
At
no
Crypto-
Mr.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Sorry, Mister.
Well, when my wife got on, we just kind of separated a little bit more. So hey, buddy.
And happy birthday to your wife. I have to mention that. I see we do have Buddy Marbles in the house. Fantastic. Look, the whole room is filling up. We got Buddy Marbles, we got Z-Boy the Clown, we got Nifty Horseman in here. We got all kinds of people from all over the blockchains.
Yep, Naveen, Yaba, Broderson. Welcome everybody. Thank you for coming. Duper.
So what did you end up doing for your wife's birthday? Did you do the birthday suit dance like I told you, or?
Man, after this weekend, I was way too tired. We had almost 35 people at our house on Saturday, and I smoked pulled pork and a brisket.
It was like a party. I got these effects, by the way. I don't know if you know. I got some filters and stuff. So.
Well, the crypto list website doesn't seem to be pulling up right now. It's weird.
Oh, really? That's really bizarre. Yeah, I've been running it all day. So I mean, like on one of my chart laptops. Yeah.
It came up at first and then it kind of stopped. So I'll see if I get it working and we'll bring it up.
Yeah. Well, for now, maybe we'll bring it up on Google and see how it's doing. But I mean, the big question around this space right now is this a trap, or is this something legitimate? And pretty much what was the turning point was that this weekend or sometime around Friday, I don't know, later last week or this weekend, Ethereum announced a date for the merge, September 19 as the date. Whether that is actually going to happen is anybody's guess. They may delay because we know they've done that before.
Well, they've done it at least twice before, so.
Right. But I think it's really interesting, the timing, because it came right on the back of, and I can't remember if we talked about this on your last stream or not. I've done so many spaces, my head's a little bit fried this week. But it came right on the back of the Mt. Gox Bitcoin being reissued out in August. So right after that got announced, suddenly Ethereum is going to merge. And you just have to wonder, are they banking on Bitcoin slashing potentially in half? Some people are predicting $10,000 for Bitcoin. It seems like they might have just been waiting to time the market and waiting for that news. So Buddy Marbles loves my eyeshadows. I went with Clown Blue today. We'll talk more about why in a minute. But yeah, so I mean, it just remains to be seen. I'm not sure what's going to happen with Bitcoin personally, but I don't know that it will go down to 10. But I would not be surprised if it hits 15 after August when those coins start going out.
Yeah,
but I would be very excited for a flippening. I would, if it's ever going to happen, this is the chance. Ethereum is never going to get as close a chance as they are going to have in September, if indeed Bitcoin does drop because of Mt. Gox. So
right.
We'll see.
Yeah, let's hold on a second. See if I can get this to work.
Parrot to $1. That's always a good good. Managed to find crypto list.
Well, no, it's still spinning. It's weird. I don't know. Let me try this crypto.
Hi.
May have been.
Here's Para. Here's my husband. He just got home from work. Hi, honey.
New
Want to say hi,
job.
Tara? Everybody always asks how Para's doing because they've been following her since she was a baby, and she's not a baby anymore. Yeah, bring her here. Bring her here. Come
Since
here.
we first got her. Come here.
Come here. You got her?
Come on.
She's not a baby anymore. Say hi, Para.
Wow, yeah, definitely not a baby anymore.
Yeah.
My little dog's getting mad because I'm picking up the big dog.
Yeah. We got a little rat terrier who gets very jealous. So if anybody who doesn't know the story of the German Shepherds in my house, we got a couple of them, but they were abandoned out in Death Valley. It's a popular dumping spot outside Las Vegas. People travel out there and dump dogs in the desert, and it's really, really sad. And I spent about 2 weeks running back and forth between Vegas and the desert trying to find all these puppies. There were like litters of puppies that people had dumped, and these German Shepherds. And so we rehomed all of them, and I kept one, and my daughter kept one. So, yeah.
Yep. That feels like forever ago, but it was only like, 6 months ago?
Yeah, it was like, nah, man, it was like February.
Yeah,
it was like February.
Okay, so I just pulled up CoinMarketCap. We'll just do that, and so we can see kind of. I know. So Bitcoin's at 23.4.
Okay.
Wow. So that's
gonna get the door so the dogs don't come back in.
That's up from when I saw it last, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's the market. It's up a bit, it's down a bit. There's always a little bit of consolidation, but I think overall it's looking up, and I think it's going to continue to go up. So we're just going to see what happens. But
yep, and
but
everything else is following nicely. It feels like everything else is kind of following Ethereum like it's supposed to. So
yeah,
hopefully we continue this trend. I know it's much more exciting than the last 6 months have been. So we'll just try and keep it going.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've all been waiting for the turnaround. So speaking of coins and all those things, one of the other things I did want to touch on, I don't have too much information about it, but for those of you out there who are DAI fans, DAI is actually making moves to go towards stable coins. So that'll be interesting. Mm-hmm. There's been some issues with stable coins lately, so it'll be great to see how they pull this one off.
Yeah, for sure. So I wasn't at the Parrot Huddle last week. Was there anything new? Yeah, I last minute had some stuff with the girls, but what was there anything new? I heard one thing this last week that I thought was interesting from Lee in a space. So I'll share that. But was there anything from the huddle last week that anybody missed?
No, actually, most of last week's huddle, we spent challenging members of the community to do different dares so that they could get a Parrot NFT. I know we have a lot of different viewers in here from different blockchains, so I guess we should talk just a little bit for a few minutes about Parrot, because that's how we met, and that's basically the project that we work on the most together, and we're really excited about it because it's the only project right now that is doing something that will lift up every blockchain. So I do have a graphic coming for that. You guys are going to love it. But if you think about what happens in Web3 is if you have a project and they build the utility, basically the people that benefit from that are the people who are invested in that project. And if you have something like this merge coming up with Ethereum, or it's a hard fork like Pulse from Hex Builder, Richard Hart. That's another really popular one. And that's another project that has just been kind of changing its date. And I think that between Mt. Gox and the Ethereum merge, I think Richard's going to try to launch Pulse in there just as a little segue. But that hard fork, it will benefit people on Ethereum. It doesn't benefit people across any other blockchains. What Para is doing is building a DAG. So it's the next level of crypto. It is not a blockchain. It is beyond blockchain. It doesn't have blocks in the traditional sense. Our logo, which I have tattooed on my hand, explains it very clearly. Instead of going in one line like a blockchain does, it works like a net. And so you have all these vertices that can create blocks as other blocks are still being built. Because on a blockchain, you have to build a block before you can move to the next block. It has to be 100%. That's why Bitcoin and other blockchains are very slow. They get 6 transactions per second on Bitcoin, and it's not much more on the other networks. This has ultimate scalability. It can't be maxed out more than 50,000 transactions per second. You'd never need that. Visa, as the world's largest processor, only uses 2,000 transactions per second. So we can do better than they do. What's amazing about Para, and why I want to tell everybody about this, is that it doesn't matter if you're on Kronos Network, if you're a Bitcoin maxi, top 25 for launch, and other chains will be added after that. But you're going to have all the majors: Bitcoin, DAI, USDC, Solana, blah, 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 top 25. DAG is a layer 0. It goes in underneath those blockchains. And so all those chains sit on top of the DAG. And what that allows us to do is to get together with point of sale companies, which we have very, very, very big companies that Para is involved with right now. I know it's been leaked somewhere that Square is involved at some level, and people will be able to use whatever crypto they prefer to pay for goods in the real world. This is actually happening. It is actually built, and we're just waiting for the release. There's a lot of legalities around this, and so we're just waiting on lawyers and all that kind of fun, stuff.
The main thing that you think of with a DAG and with Para is what's the hardest, the most difficult thing of bringing crypto into the world? It's just mass adoption, right? And this is what's, could possibly introduce that to the world, is a way to actually use it. Because right now you can get a Coinbase card, but you have to load it with a USDC or
dollars, right?
Get rewards. You're
not actually paying with Bitcoin on your Coinbase card. Or I saw even say Tama has a Visa card now, but you still have to trade out to fiat on that card. You will not have to do this with Para. It's going to be an app. It's going to sit in your phone, just like Google Pay does or Apple Pay does. And when you show up at a point of sale that's with the networks that we are partnering with, you will be able to log in, choose which crypto you want to pay with. You might want to pay with your Doge today, or you might want to pay with your Shiba today. And you will just bloop, bloop, and off you go. You got your gas, you got your milk, you got your bread, you got your groceries, whatever it is you want to do. I don't think there's many applications right now. Speaking of Doge, Elon Musk takes Doge for the tunnel in Las Vegas. The tube that they have with the Teslas underground. That's one thing you can buy with Doge. I know he's talking about Teslas with Doge. And I think AMC takes Doge and a couple of other cryptos. But there's not a lot of places away from keyboard that you can actually spend real crypto without changing it over. So this is a total game changer.
Well, and without going into too much detail on the DAG, I did do a video on it, but there's two things about the DAG that are unmatched to the blockchain. There's no miners, so there's no mining fees, right? So you don't have to worry about that. And transactions, really one. So you have as many transactions as you can possibly do. So those are two huge differences. They're talking DAG bridges being the future of crypto outside of blockchains.
Right.
Time frame for that, if that's possible. Blockchains are secure. They're adopted already and used by everybody in crypto. So, going from blockchains to DAG might be kind of a transition, but the good things, the only bad thing about DAG is it's not utilized at all. No one uses them, but for a few things, medical billing.
There's a couple of things, medical bill. Yeah. Right.
But it's not, a huge use in crypto. So people are like, well, I don't know it. And it's not well known. So that's one of the only negatives to it. But that's
that's one of the things is it's not that it's so difficult to build, because there are already DAGs like IOTA and Constellation that exist, but you have to have again an application for it. It's like, what is your application going to be? So we're just very, very fortunate as holders of Para that we have an amazing CEO, Lee Tolson. He, for people who don't know, he is a defense contractor. He has contracts in 85 different countries. He's very good friends with like these big sheikhs in the United Arab Emirates and all kinds of important people here in the USA. If he wants to talk to Congress, he goes talk to Congress. He did that in February. So this is a guy who was so well connected. There was never any chance that he was going to disappear. And that's why we put our faith in him when he came with this project. And this wasn't even part of the project when we got in December. We didn't know anything about this. And it's funny because like sometime in it was December it launched, and sometime in January when we were meeting together in Las Vegas, I said to him, hey, have you ever heard of DAG? He goes, it's funny you should ask that because I'm actually working on one. And I was like, this is the project I'm sticking with. But people can build it, but you've got to have some pretty damn good connections in business and government and all those kind of areas to be able to pull something like this off. And we're so lucky that we have this wonderful dev who has all those networks.
Right. Well, that's the hardest part is anybody can build a DAG. Para's not saying that we're doing something new.
Right. It's not new. DAGs aren't new. They've been around
No.
since like 2016 or something. Just nobody used it for anything that everyday holders could use. Like right now, they're used for medical billing and medical files. Is like most of us aren't ever going to see that stuff.
Right.
So
exactly. And implementing it after it's built, having contacts to have those relationships to properly implement it is also huge, so, and unfortunately, Lee does. So,
yeah. And the other good thing that I just want to mention about for anybody who's new and isn't aware of Para, it is when the project started, it started as a safe place for people who were new to crypto or people who got burnt out. Again, because our team is fully doxed and they're so connected. They just couldn't hide anywhere if they tried. But one of the wonderful use cases of the token is that a percentage of all the taxes goes toward veterans and their families worldwide, and currently partnered with Randy Couture's GI Foundation, and we're the main sponsors of his knockout round 11 fights here in Las Vegas on Veterans Day. And we also are with Convoy of Hope based out of Utah, and they not only help veterans, it is one aspect of what they do, but they also do charity on a greater level. So we're very happy to be partnered with them.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And just to go back to what you said about Lee not going anywhere, for the people in here that don't know, Para's been through, we're on V3 now, and there's been a lot of obstacles, a lot of hard times, and Lee has every opportunity just to say, you know what, this isn't working. We're just gonna,
right.
And he hasn't. He hasn't stopped. He works every day. He is, people.
There have been days where he has said, if there was ever a day I was going to think about giving up, today would be the day. Like there have been days that are so heavy, but he never did give up.
Yep. And people are like, hey, can you do this or can you do that? And, there's a few of us that are sitting back going, no, he can't. He is doing way too much already that nobody knows about. That, yes, that's a great thought. And he can probably get to it eventually, but so much stuff that he's doing, it's really hard for him to pull away and do something else right now,
Yeah.
So staking, we'll touch on that. We're still waiting for CERT to come out.
All we're waiting on for staking is CERT only because so the audit is done. It's 100%. Any of the issues that did exist have already been addressed and fixed, and that's all there. You can go and see it on CERT's website. So there's no problems with the staking itself. The only issue is that for some reason, whatever, they decided to move servers at the last moment. And so it's simply a matter of CERT just going in and doing that, like a last check before you throw the car out the door on the lot. It's, just a walk around and make sure the wheels are greased and that everything is fine on the new server. But as far as the contracts and everything go, no, that is already okay. So once we get the final word of okay, which was supposed to come Friday, but like I had said last huddle on Wednesday, don't hold your breath on CERTIC. Here we are. It's Monday. No, it's Tuesday. What am I thinking? And we're still waiting.
Hopefully tomorrow he'll know something. Cross your fingers. Now, there's two things on staking. One, for those of you who are in here that don't know, one reason it's taking so long is because they're doing NFT and para staking together, so it's a little bit different. And even CERTIC was like, "Hey, we need more so we can test this. We haven't done this before." So it took a little bit longer. Penetration testing, things like that. So it just took a little bit longer than normal. And then the other thing I heard Lisa in space was, I didn't know this, is you'll be able to claim rewards every 24 hours on staking.
Yeah. Yeah. They're
So
going to be.
that I didn't know. And so I heard that and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's nice. You won't have to wait to get your rewards. So that's going to be just super exciting.
Yeah. I know I've
Yeah,
done
any
staking
day now.
before.
Any day. So
Any
start
day,
loading
yeah.
up. Parachart
we-
is going off in the last couple of days, by the way. I
It
mean,
looks really good.
It's gone up so much in the last week. I mean, the last few weeks we've been hovering around that 10 to 13, and we're on our way to the 20s. I know we passed 19 this morning. So off we go. Let's go up and up.
Yeah, last time I looked, it was 1916.
Yeah. So yep,
but yeah,
on the way.
you know, do your own research, everybody. Check it out. If you have any questions, feel free. Message one of us. We will answer any
Absolutely.
questions we can. And
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, so what's next, Rad? What else do you have?
What else do I have? Let me look on my list of things that I have. You know, we have been speaking about Para a lot, and I know that we have a little something that's special to give away from Para. So while we're on the subject of them, do we want to do that giveaway now? I think that if we do the giveaways relative to the projects that we're talking about, that would be awesome sauce.
Yeah, I got everybody in for Kruger, who's late, you know, better late than never, I guess.
Kruger is not in.
I texted
You can't
him.
bribe him with super chats, Kruger. It doesn't work that way.
I texted him. I said, "Fred beat you to Para to Uranus. So where are you?" And there he is. So
Fantastic.
thanks, Kruger. All right, so I do have everybody as far as I know. I'm going to put it up on the screen, and tell me if your names aren't on here.
Yeah, we love giveaways. Everybody in the space. We always do giveaways. It's one of the big things that I love so much about appearing on Alex's stream is doing the giveaways. So yeah,
check it out. See if your name's on there. I think I've just been typing everybody's name in as they come up in the chat. So if you're in here and you haven't typed in the chat, just let me know. And then once the winner we find the winner, I'll make sure, you know, just say you're here in the chat and we'll get it sent to you. So let me know.
And for anybody who's wondering, in case you win, yes, Para is on Ethereum blockchain. It is an ERC20. So
yep.
You'll need an Ethereum wallet to collect these.
And while we're waiting, there are clans available for Para preppers on OpenSea, as well as just singles. Gotcha, Carlos.
Yep. If you're thinking about buying a stack of them, they're packs of 10, right?
Yes, well, there's a pack of 5, there's a pack of 7, there's packs of 10. So it just kind of depends on. I think they're doing it by backgrounds, is what I noticed.
I believe it's backgrounds, but there may be a little more to it that actually hasn't been totally revealed yet. So yes, if you are,
I asked
compare NFTs.
I asked in staff chat if he was posting any more, and I didn't get an answer. So I'm assuming they're still working on those. So I've been waiting to see what else pops up. But when you go to
OpenSea, they're updating the JSON files as well for those NFTs. So at some point in future, the list of the traits and the attributes, the variations of the traits, it may change slightly. So don't worry if you are looking at your NFTs and you suddenly realize that, hey, last week this background was called Lava Cave and this week it's called Fiery Cave. They are just doing updates, and that's because of the clans being implemented. There was a couple of other things that weren't exactly correct on those JSON files. Oh, one other thing that I did come up in the space last week is that for now we're only releasing 2,000 of these. There are another 1,000. Those are the the legendary series. They are different. They are a little different. Dog remains the same, but backgrounds and clothing is quite different to anything that you'll see in these first 2,000. When those will be released is anybody's guess. I think that for now, Lee is just going to keep those locked away for something to have to look forward to in the future. So 2,000 out of 3,000 are going to be in this release.
Yep. So if you want to find a clan, if you'd like to buy 10, it's pretty much if you buy 9, you get 1 free. go to OpenSea, type in Para Prepper. It'll come up. It'll look like this. And then you want to go to quantity and hit bundles. And then it'll show you 1 out of 7 here, 1 out of 8, 10, 10. So those are all the clans.
Mhm.
The biggest similarity I found so far, there are some more on here since I was on here, is the backgrounds. So
Yeah.
there is a lot more than when I was on last time. A lot more. So they're definitely still working on those.
Yeah.
But yeah, these
so
are stable.
you cannot mint these. They're all going direct to OpenSea. That is the only place. I have to say that because I can never say it enough, because there's always some scammer out there, and that's just an unfortunate thing. But yeah, if you're talking to anybody about getting Para Preppers, only get them at OpenSea. There is no more minting. We do have a few people who wanted to be put on the list, so let's make sure that they're there. Who have we got? Carlos Xavier. Is he on? He has to be added.
Oh, SW1, you're on there. Yep. Okay. I think 1, 2, 3. Russell Kerr. Yep, got him.
Yeah. Carlos Xavier, Russell Kerr.
On there.
Grumpy Kiwi. That's a great name. Rahul. Rahul wants to be added.
Got it.
TK.
Okay, so again, you have to be in the chat to win. So if someone's not in the chat that wins, we'll just roll it again, and we'll find the winner that's here, and we'll get it.
And we haven't even said what we're giving away. We're giving away Para tokens. You want to tell them how many?
Yeah, 1 million Para, courtesy of Lee from Para. So he is always generous and willing to give. So
Para to $1. There's $1 million bag for somebody right here, potentially.
Yep. Potentially.
I don't know. People are so excited now. They're saying Para to $10. They're really people believe in this DAG project a lot. So let's see. But if we can get Para to $1, it's $1 million bag. Let's go, babies.
All right. So Duper got you. All right. So we'll just give it. Actually, I think we're gonna go ahead and do it.
Do it.
So let's go ahead and do it. You guys ready?
Do it.
1 million Para.
$1 million Para.
Naveen.
Oh, I went to Naveen. He's going to tell you to spin. I guarantee he's going to tell you to respin it.
Congrats, Naveen. So anybody that wins tonight, you can email or message me or Rad, Twitter, Telegram, whatever. My DMs are open on Twitter, so you can message me and send me your address, and we'll get the giveaway sent to you guys.
Fantastic. Oh, there's something I should mention while I have a captive audience. For those of you who aren't aware, I don't know what happened. I didn't do anything wrong, which, trust me, if I was going to get banned from Twitter, there's a lot that I've said in the past that probably could have got me banned. They nuked my account yesterday saying that I was trying to evade being banned, but I've never even had a warning or a suspension. So I did appeal it.
How do you evade being banned? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, they're trying to claim that I had more than one account as my persona, which I do not. And I have business accounts, and that's totally fine. It's in their rules. You're allowed to do that. So Ziva says, sure, you didn't. I really didn't. I never had more than one Rad account. I do have Nomo FOMO Tech, where we have a community calendar, and you can go and find out all about Twitter Spaces and streams. And oh my God, these musical notes are just falling all over me. Yeah, so I have that one, and then I run another Twitter Fomorian Studio, which is mostly for my daughter because she doesn't want to run it and do marketing. She's too busy doing the artsy farts and stuff. So, nope, didn't break any rules, but they nuked me anyway. So if you were following me before, I would love to have you following me again, but more importantly, I would love to follow you back. So previously, Out of Bubblegum with a 0. It is now same Out of Bubblegum with a 0 with a Z on the end. So I'm now Out of Bubblegums because I couldn't think of anything original.
That's like one of the hardest things to think of.
You know, all the ones I want are always gone. So when I was doing politics and working with Andrew Yang, the biggest thing that I used to come across was that people who did not know me, they thought that my name was Max, and they thought that Rad was like an adjective that was describing myself. And it's like, no, my name is actually Rad. So I remember that I was always trying to get the Twitter handle, my name is Rad. But surprise, surprise, it's actually gone, because it's a common name in Russia. It's very common in India, which is where I get it from, but couldn't get it. So anyway, I figured that people are still going to try to tag me, and they're still going to type that 0 out of bubblegum. So I figured, you know what, let me just stick a letter on the end, and hopefully when people start typing my name, the new account will show up. So please give me a follow. And like I said, I would love to follow everybody back, because it's really just through you guys that I find out about all the things that we talk about here. So please give me a follow so that I can find out what's happening in Web3. Thank you.
Yep. So just real quick, guys, everybody that's in here, I have a tweet that's pinned to the top of my profile. Go retweet that, like it. We're going to do a retweet giveaway for, 2 NFTs for 2 different projects coming up. I've pulled up the next one that I'd like to talk about. One of my favorite NFT projects that Rad has drugged me into.
It didn't take much convincing. Come on.
Which is
hold on, I gotta get my hat on. Yes, I'm gonna get my hat on for this one. Are you ready?
Yep. Oh God. So this is something. This is a project that we've been in some spaces with lately. It's a lot of fun. Some great speakers. I don't know. It's just fun to be in a project like this. That something different. There's some utility behind it that they brought out some details, but not a whole lot. And so we'll go over that too. Again, very active community, very active creators, and it's just fun. So that's one reason why I got into it. Plus the floor right now is super cheap. So you can get some pretty cool clowns for pretty cheap. You're talking $6 to $10 with gas if you get it at the right time. We have gone and we have supported the project by minting on the website, but there's nothing wrong with sweeping the floor either. So,
mint out took just 15 days, which is pretty incredible considering the market, the way that it is right now. And then after minting was all done, we started to see a lot of these super, super low clowns pop up on the floor. Like Alex said, $6 right now. Clowns is scary. So let's talk about that for a minute. So this is something that's really interesting. And you guys know that I never throw my weight, my reputation, my experience, and my mouth behind a project that I don't believe in 108%. I have to blame West Coast Crypto, our good mate Dino, who is also a member of Para Community, and XRP, who is a veteran, and another member of Para Token. I came across this project on their Twitter, and I started to see these clowns keep popping up. And it's kind of funny because I am really into clowns and circus stuff. I have never actually revealed this with the House of Clowns community, but when I was younger, my boyfriend and my first live-in boyfriend and I actually worked as illusionists and clowns. And so he got invited to go up to Sydney Casino. This is how I got out of Tasmania. Actually, a lot of people ask how I first left the island. It's phenomenally well known for people not ever leaving there because if you're born there, you probably will never have the money to leave there. But we were very, very successful, and he got an invitation to go to Sydney Star City Casino as an entertainer. So we went there, and when things didn't work out, I ended up joining Silver's Grand Magic Circus and working with Ross Skiffington, who is an amazing illusionist. And we were traveling down in Melbourne, and I discovered that because I do balloon animals and other things, actually my ex-boyfriend has the world record for the fastest balloon animal making. And I learned from him. So I'm really fast, and I discovered that you could make about $600 a day making balloon animals outside Meijer, which is, I guess, the equivalent of a Macy's store, at Christmas time. And so I quit the circus and started making balloon animals for kids. And it was just a great way to have cash in your hand, because as most people who follow me know, I am very, very big on cash income, and I don't like 9-to-5s. So yeah, so when I first saw this, the whole clown and circus thing appealed to me. I was a little bit on the back foot about the scariness of the clowns, I have to admit. And so I didn't ape in right away. But what actually got me was that Buddy Marbles happened to turn up somewhere in a Twitter space. One thing that you will find that House of Clowns are just everywhere, and not just on Ethereum network, although with OpenSea they are on Ethereum, but there are people coming from all other chains. There's a lot of good connection with people on the Crow chain, and I love Crow chain, but they're popping up in Twitter spaces everywhere, and we tend to raid as a group. So don't be surprised if you get into a Twitter space and see 100 clowns pop in there. It just very well might happen. But the thing is that Buddy came into the room, and he has this scary looking clown, and he has the voice changer. So it's kind of like as a Darth Vader robot, scary. I'm not sure what you want to call it, but it's you can't not be immediately like
drawn in.
What is this about? Right.
Right.
And the stuff that was coming from his mouth was so insightful and motivating, and everything that's the complete opposite of what I thought these clowns were going to be about. I thought it was just going to be like another Juggalo thing or something, and a bunch of metalheads. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I love metal. But I really had no idea that I was going to be listening to somebody that, when I left that space, I felt like I just spent 3 days at a Tony Robbins seminar. It was just absolutely so life-changing. And so then I started tuning in and listening, and it reminded me a lot of how Lee started Para and was talking about a safe space for people to come in the community. And although the clowns are not doxed yet, they will be doxing in future. This whole thing was done as like a stealth launch. It was never like promoted huge with a lot of money or whatever. It's just been completely community oriented. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I've found another project that really is just trying to support people in the space, and I'm running with it, baby.
Yep. Well, and one of the things that they did 5,000 free mints when they launched, and I messaged Rad. I was like, how did I miss this free mint? And she was like,
free mint too.
And I'm like, how did we miss this? And that's why the floor is where it is, because people that minted for free are now selling them for.
I got it. Jay Frass is in on it too. He's in the veterans group. We'll talk about that more in a second. And he messaged me. He's like, how can these floor clowns be $6? I mean, I actually picked some up the other night for $3, but we've been sweeping those clean. I grabbed like 50 of them.
24. I mean, and they continue to pop up. I mean, so it's, we've been, I went and grabbed a couple more last night, for, I think it was 11 something with gas.
Absolutely. Zebra makes a good point. These guys so the devs are actually doxed to HopSwap. Yeah. So if anything were to ever go wrong, which I have very, very highly doubt, I'm staking my reputation on this, the HopSwap people know who they are. And
that's where they have their minting is with HopSwap.
Right.
So, HopSwap KYC'd the devs for the project. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh God. And, Hold on, Rad.
Did you find something?
Hey, Lee.
Hello?
It's Bob. Bob the clown.
You were supposed to put me in.
Too bad he popped up. Hey, you're a busy guy. You popped in. You're gonna get on. You're going live. Okay, that's all there is to it.
Well, I'm just sorry. I just left the office. We just got finished. We have one last thing to do on our NFT stuff to relaunch all those things. So Josh and I were up there trying to finish up, and we're gonna finish up in the morning. But what are you guys doing? You're looking at Mad Clowns or something?
Yeah, House of Clowns.
We're going over the House of Clowns.
We just got done with
This
our
is
Para update and jumped to House of
So
Clowns.
House of Clowns is another project that Alex and I and Jay Frass and oh my God, half the para crew are in House of Clowns now. West Coast got us all in there, and yeah, this is a project that the guys at the top are veterans, and they do a lot of support for veterans. By the way, if you're a veteran and you haven't got a clown yet, join their veterans group, and they'll give you a clown.
Nice.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
Well, since we have you here, Lee, what can you tell us?
I don't know. What have you covered?
Well, nothing new, I don't think. You got anything new?
Clans. We covered clans a little. We're still
Well,
guessing what the clans are.
Go ahead.
So we have a clan. Like most of the clans, like there's some of the clans are like most of them are named after real places, and they're most of places that most people probably have never heard of or never been. But then there's some of them are named are just straight up named after not places, but what the I guess the background of that prepper is, as far as like I think I went blank. Like we have the crystal. What's the crystals? What are the people that the study of crystals? I can't remember the name of it right now. What are they?
Oh, okay.
Alchemists, yeah. So we have the alchemist ones and some like those, but most of them are actually named after places. And like if it's a city like that right there, you see that city one in the background. It's all like falling apart. The second from the left and on the second row, that one would be, or yeah, even the top one there too. Those are actually named after actual cities, whether it be U.S. cities that went through some destruction or are still trying to rebuild from just like we have some, I think, neighborhoods of like Detroit, like the worst neighborhood in Detroit. We have the worst neighborhood of like East St. Louis. We have some crazy places in there. So you have clans that way, and then we've renamed pretty much every attribute. 100% has been renamed. We may have kept one, and that may have just because it already matched, but everything else has been redone. So we'll get those up. And then what we're trying to do, we're trying to have the largest announcement we've ever had next week. And we're trying to get something done. It'll be bigger than anything we've ever talked about or that we've ever released. And so we'll see. Jesse and I have to get something done in order for that to happen. And so we're trying to get that done the next 2 days. And then it'll also be, there's so many pieces tied to it. I mean, we do this announcement next week. If we can pull it off, we will shoot the CertTech audit for our token. We'll be to a point we'll release that for everybody. We'll also talk about Para and the DAG and the connection there. Everybody will know why, like the DAG coin coming out and what does that mean for Para token. That'll also happen at the same time. Gosh, there's so many things that come out at the same time. Oh, it's even a bigger update for the staking. Now the staking in itself, because of all this happening at the same time, we have some advisors we've been talking to about everything we're working on in regard to regulation and everything as well. So with staking happening like now, we're trying to just do all of it we'll just everything at once. So I feel like massive things would drop at this time. And those all but yeah, we would almost be releasing a lot of information that everybody keeps asking about that we keep not talking about for like the last couple months. So hopefully that happens next week.
Well, here's the deal. Every time you talk, it makes me want to buy more Para. And you haven't disappointed. You didn't disappoint tonight because now I want to go and buy more Para. So
I know he's going to release something that's even bigger than the fact that they have created the biggest utility in Web3, and he has something bigger than that. Like, oh my God, let's buy more Para.
Well, see, now I'm torn now because after talking to this big POS partnership that we're working on, we had an incredible call on Friday. It was a Thursday or Friday last week.
Friday.
Couldn't have gone any better. Yeah, couldn't have gone any better. They're waiting for us, and they were so excited about it. They were excited about it because the guy we were talking to doesn't like crypto. He's just a real world, big business guy. He goes, Lee, I don't have any crypto in any wallets. I don't own a wallet. He has no portfolio. Crypto is not a part of it. And so he's a traditional investor, and he's from real world view. He just said, hey, what is crypto? He goes, yeah, these projects come out with these utilities, but if I still can't use crypto as a currency every day, then what is crypto? And he goes, it's also volatile, and he had reasons for not being involved that way too. But then when we talked about the DAG, he just got super. We couldn't stop him from talking. He talked and talked and talked about the fact that he goes, why would we want to, as a POS, as a retailer, want to accept US dollars? You've just made crypto valuable, and not just crypto, our crypto. He's talking about you just made like Bitcoin. Now, all of a sudden, what is in my pocket as a cryptocurrency all of a sudden has a value it never had before because I can use it for everything. And so he went on and on about how the fact, he goes, why you keep talking, Lee, you're talking about changing this to US dollars or stable tokens for in these POS systems. But he goes, you do realize that, whatever tokens or coins are on the DAG that you bring to these POS systems, all of a sudden you're going to make those projects incredibly valuable. And we see that from this side. He goes, I'm not a crypto guy, but I see that all of a sudden you've done something. So they're super excited about that. They're waiting for us. We got to submit something to them that we're pulling together as well. It's not part of next week's deal I'm trying to get done, but yeah. So there's a bunch happening. A lot happened in the last 5 days. Let's say 5 days. Oh, and no, we also have two. We're going to be putting a vote out. Oh, shoot. We've got some. This is one of those things. We got a vote coming. We got a community-wide vote coming out for a merger. We had a pretty big call today. We talked about this a little bit, and I don't know. I'm sold on it. We were putting all the details out there and what it would take with the other dev team, and we looked at we're going to be bringing we're going to put that out to their community and our community. Let everybody vote. Should that token be absorbed into our token and their utility be one of our utilities and their lead developer be on our team? So that we're trying. We will see.
I vote yes.
I just ruined our hump day huddle tomorrow. I feel like.
Oh no,
okay.
no.
No, that's okay. And don't forget, it's in the morning for anybody who regularly tunes in for the Hump Day Huddle of Para Community. Normally, we do this in the evenings. We are going to be doing in the morning, 8 o'clock Pacific, 9 Lee's time. That would be what, 11 for you on the East Coast there? Yeah?
Yeah, and 10 Central. So
10.
Just doing a little bit different, which I think is going to be fun. We've never done it this time before. So
right.
Join us and
you know what? Lee's got these glasses on. I'm going to donate, Lee. Send me your wallet. I'm going to send you an aviator clown.
Oh yes,
yes. Yeah. I'm going to send you an.
Speaking of eyewear, we renamed all of the attributes of the preppers. It says goggles, and under goggles you have all the list of things, which some of them aren't goggles. So it's now the attribute is called eyewear. And underneath, we even have COVID. We have COVID safety masks as some of the. We went all the way. We started digging into stuff like, hey, what would this be? All the weapons. I mean, I had our lead machinist come in yesterday and look at 2 of the weapons. Say, hey, what World War II weapon is that? And we went digging to find out what Czechoslovakia. I think we ended up Czech Republic is what we ended up with, some weapon from World War II. So we tried to be accurate, so we have gun guys go look at stuff and go, hey, wait a second, that's not right. So, but yeah, the COVID, we have some really cool ones. We have the COVID mask, and then we have I think we have like the COVID mask with there's an add-on with that one. We have a lot of webcams, like tactical helmets with webcams. Yeah. All the preppers that have like the webcam sitting on top of the helmet. We actually had a lot of fun with it because we wanted to make sure it also has to do with what we're building in the future, that those will be used for. So it'll be good. And I think, and Dwight is already working on the other side of the things that you and I have talked about, Rad, on getting it all finished.
Exciting.
It was
Wonder-
exciting. So
wonder
the
you guys have been-
webcam one, did you call that the Hunter Biden special? You guys know the
Oh,
meme,
God.
right?
Here it is.
We might need to go. We might need to go rename
Could
them.
change it.
It's like my
That's
favorite.
even better than the webcam.
My favorite meme, for anyone who's not familiar, there's a meme of
Oh
a guy.
my God.
He's got like 100 GoPros duct taped to each other on top of his head. And it's like, this is Hunter Biden every time he gets a room of hookers and blow. Because how many photos does this guy take?
Oh man,
Anyway,
I'm
Right.
sorry.
it's a funny meme.
Wow.
It's a-
Because they're not photos you're ever going to share with anybody. So why do you take them? I don't get it.
yeah, go figure. Like, way to incriminate yourself, right? Like,
Shoot.
good luck pleading the fifth on that one.
Well, I'm
Right.
going to seriously. I have to jump off. I was just going to jump in and see if this has started yet. It's already 7 p.m. my time, and I have some help I was supposed to give my wife. But I'm going to jump because if I stay any longer, I'm going to really ruin our huddle tomorrow. So
That's
Hey,
very
we'll
true.
just call me later. You can ruin it for me.
I'll talk to you later.
We're glad you could
All
join
right.
us. We'll
Thanks-
catch you
thanks for
tomorrow
stopping by, Lee.
morning.
All right,
I'll
thanks.
send you a
All right,
clown.
let's-
Let's send Lee a clown.
Oh man.
Woo. You know,
I-
my heart's thumping because I can't believe that we are that close to Lee making big announcements. And like I always tell everybody in the community, I only know so much, but I think I probably know like a tenth of what he has going on with this big project.
Yep.
I know kind of what it is. I don't know any of the details of how it is and how Para relates to it or whatever else, but I have complete faith in that man. So no problem.
And that's why we're still around helping, doing, me doing videos, us helping out in chats and socials and stuff like that is because we believe in Lee. A big part of crypto is, in my opinion, is investing in the team, in the devs, and not only in the token. Because if the devs aren't delivering what they're promising, and here's the deal, everything is different for Para than when it was, 4 or 5 months ago. So things are taking a little bit longer because of the direction that it's going, and that's all I'll say. But
Yeah.
it's just different now. It's not the same direction as it was originally going, and those things have gotten harder. It's taking longer to get things done, and we are just as excited and trying just as hard to be patient as everybody else is. So
Well, the thing is, a lot of it is away from keyboard as well. And everybody knows that the crypto space moves really fast. But the thing is, when you're dealing with the kind of utilities that Lee was talking about, like having these meetings and doing phone calls and talking to POS providers, like those guys work in real time. They're Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. And you can, wait weeks. Like I know on Friday that they had to wait for a call back because the time that he called them, the guy wasn't available. He was stuck in another meeting. I know that because we had a little prayer circle that this thing was going to go as well as envisioned, and apparently it went even better. So, thanks to everybody who participated in that. I'm pretty sure the man upstairs has Lee's back, but every little bit helps, right? So we got together and
Lee is out. He's out making partnerships and introducing what he's doing to people, and when someone like who he talked to, which I have no idea who it is, goes,
I don't know either.
Why would we use currency? Why would we use, dollar? Why wouldn't we just do this instead? For somebody that doesn't own
money in a
crypto
bank. That's why I'm in crypto. I don't
That's
even have
huge.
a bank account. I use my husband's bank account to load and unload. I don't even want a bank. I get away from that shit when Greece hit the fan. It was literally when Greece stopped all the money. It happened in Argentina too back in the 80s, but when Greece stopped all the money in like 2012, 2013, it was so bad in that country because you couldn't touch any money. The banks just completely shut down on everybody. And there were literally parents dropping their children off at school with letters in envelopes and instructed to give that to their teacher. And the teacher would open the envelope and it says, please take care of my child. And I'm not coming back for them. And the parents have left town and gone somewhere else to try to or left the country, whatever. And just like all these kids ended up in orphanages. That's how freaking bad it can get. And I never, my kids kind of always laughed at me for years and years because I was mom, the crazy prepper who was preparing for any kind of scenario, whether it was an outbreak. which happened. That was I felt so vindicated for being a crazy prepper when COVID happened, because we sat back at home for a couple of months and, we had all the supplies we needed when the supermarket was empty. But, I prepare for anything. And that's why I've always made sure that I have money that's not in banks, because you just don't know, right? So if you don't control the keys to your money, it's not really your money. So this is like we keep saying, this is going to be the game changer, because not only can you keep your money, but you can spend your money or crypto how you want to spend it without having to go through these other parties and go through banks.
Yep.
It's great.
Okay, well, apparently Kruger wants to give away an NFT.
He wants to give away. We were on Clowns, and I am going to send Leah Aviator to find out which wallet I'm going to send it to. So we're back to Clowns. And I didn't even know which one I'm going to give away, but I will give away. I'll tell you what, I'll give away. I have so many. Let's give away 3 clowns.
3 clowns. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the deal. Let's give away the Para Prepper real quick. Kruger, do you want me to do it just by my retweet?
Oh, we're giving away a Para Prepper as well?
Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
Kruger.
Kruger's giving away a prepper. Wow. I gave away 2 yesterday to somebody that got scammed and lost a $20,000 bag. Their wallet got hacked. So I felt really sorry for that. I was going to give away 1, but I gave away 2 to that person.
All right. So everybody go retweet the pin tweet on my profile right at the top. And then in about a minute, we'll do a retweet giveaway from this tweet for the Para Prepper. And then we're going to do 3 clowns.
3 clowns. And then we'll get on to the then we'll get on to racehorses. We got so much. You're going to be here forever, Alex.
Well, I've got about 30 minutes before my wife starts stomping on the floor. So we'll get it. Okay, so we'll give it till 8:03, which is my time. So 9:03 Eastern. So 2 more minutes. Go retweet.
2 more minutes. Go and tweet it.
He said spam his name. Of course he would. You arrogant.
So you just heard Lee talking about the NFTs are going through a big update for the Para Preppers. I believe they're still, what are they, 0.99, right? So just off of 0.1. So today that's valued at, I don't know, like $150 or something. Yeah, it's a nice little win.
ETH 1,500, so $150.
Okay, so about $150 for one of these NFTs right now. In case you're not familiar with the project, and you do happen to win one of these, just so you know, one of the utilities of these NFTs is that you can stake them along with your Para tokens, and it will make your Para tokens act 5% more than you stake. So they definitely have a benefit to them for owning these. You can stake up to 20 of these NFTs in one staking pool, and for 100%. So you can build up on them. And of course, you're not limited to, you can stake across. We have 30, 60, 90, and 120, which was another thing that happened in the huddle last week, Alex, because you missed it. It is 120. It is not 180. So 30, 60, 120 days. Lee confirmed that. And so, you can, potentially you could buy 80 of these and put 20 on each time lock and put 100% markup on all of your tokens. But one's a good start.
Okay, so it's 120 instead of 180. So that's a big difference. But so okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I've got 24 retweets right now. So okay, it's time. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Let's see. I'll share my screen. I'm doing a different picker. This is one supposed to work a little bit better. So one winner, 24 entries. Gompy has won the Prepper NFT.
Gompy Kiwi?
Yep.
Such a great name. It's the Tasmanian in me coming out. So. Right.
If you win, you can message me and I'll get you connected with Kruger so he can get it sent to you. Same with the Clowns NFTs and the Racing Club NFTs. If you guys just message me or Rad, we'll get you guys connected for those.
Yeah, because I'll be selling those. So how are we going to give those away? How are we going to give Clowns NFTs away? What's going to be
same way? So
we're going to go in the same way. Okay, cool. So one thing that I want to mention about the House of Clowns NFTs, there's so many things that House of Clowns is doing. We didn't get into this because Lee showed up, and I know you only have half an hour, so let's go over some of it, kind of, sort of quick. Are you in the Discord?
For Clowns?
Because you can show the big top like there. It hasn't been released yet. So House of Clowns, Clown Town is its own metaverse. There is a big top tent that is going to be coming very soon. That's going to be open. There is going to be a huge clown extravaganza, and there are going to be live shows and entertainment and many, many wonderful things happening. One of the big things with this clown community is you'll find that there's a lot of improv. There's just a lot of funny storylines going on that happen across multiple spaces. So you might be looking for clues in a certain space, and there are people planted in different spaces that have clues. It's just like so entertaining, right? There's never not something happening with House of Clowns. And for those of you who are interested, there is an Actors Guild for House of Clowns. If you want to join in, maybe you just want to practice your improv skills. You might not want to get on a microphone in a space. It's a safe space to do that. But if you do want to participate fully, you can also get involved. One of the interesting things about these clowns, you notice like they have different backgrounds and they have different features, and the different clothing and backgrounds do have utilities within the Clown Town world. But what's really interesting about it is that although the devs have some things set aside, for example, the leather jackets are bike gangs, and if you get the spikes on the shoulders, you're a gang leader and you can create your own gang within Clown Town. But there's different attributes that the devs had already decided what those would be. But because it's a very, very community-based project, people within the community have started coming up with ideas about what they would like certain attributes to represent. So, for example, there are some that have angel wings. I don't know if you can scroll to find some of the angel wings there, Alex. There's so many of them. So those angel wings will be involved with the charity side of House of Clowns. There are a large number, please forgive me if I get this wrong, buddy. I think it was something like 500 clowns that have been set aside for charity auctions. Those clowns will be put up for an auction, and all the money that's raised from that clown will go to a charity. Now, if you have wings like the clown that we're looking at here, you can be directly involved in deciding what those charities will be. Our wings clowns are like charity clowns. There's all kinds of different ones. And like I said, the community's coming up with new ideas all the time. I know, for example, that Dino, West Coast Crypto, is doing a show on Friday nights. And it's going to be a green-friendly space for adults who they're clubs, not gangs. I'm sorry. I shouldn't use the word gangs. They're clubs. They're biker clubs. So the green backgrounds, the community just kind of decided that, hey, the clowns with green backgrounds are going to represent the green friendly kind of clowns. So if that's your kind of lifestyle and that's what you're into, and as House of Clowns, the community doesn't officially, endorse or condemn. But if you have medicinal needs for those kind of things, then, you might want to grab yourself a greenback clown. I'm sure more will be unfolding. We've got some of the clowns have headphones, for example. Those are talent scouts, and they can go out into the Web3 and find people to come back to the big tent and perform there. There's all kinds of functions. So, and like I said, they're developing more all the time.
The studded jackets can create clubs. the T-shirts and things like that can just join clubs,
They can join clubs.
like the white T-shirts and the hoodies, I think too, right?
There are jackets. So I believe the trench coats are like international FUD agents. There are green suits. Those are like double agents. They could be businessmen, real estate agents,
These guys here.
or they might be secret agents from the FUD. You just never know. Things like the rainbow hair, that's yet to be decided. Personally, I think maybe that should be something for the LGBT community. I don't know. It's got rainbows, right? So, these are all things that the community are deciding together as the project evolves. So yeah, I do know that tuxedos are politicians. What their role is going to be, I'm not really sure. And then, the most sought after, of course, are the crown robes. Those are that's the hardest to find clothing attribute. Those are the royals. So there's all kinds of things going on. There is some talk about monkeys, and that just kind of landed today. Every clown needs a monkey. Is that going to be another series? I don't know. That's one of the fun things about House of Clowns. You never know what's coming next. I do know that they have a haunted house, which is coming soon. The top 100 holders of the clowns will be whitelisted for the haunted house rooms. It's on my Twitter page, and I forget right off the top of my head. I think it's 0.15 for whitelist and 0.2 for public sale to buy real estate. You can buy a room in the haunted house.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
So yeah, that one's got some of the most sought after features. It's got the laser eyes, the crown, and actually the horror background is the number 2. That's second most sought after. The most sought after is the bloodied wall.
Yep. So if you like to own that one for $1.1 million, you can.
Some people love their clowns. They don't want to part with their clowns, so they've already set some astronomically high.
Yep.
But that's not to say that you can't get in on a clown. Like I said, you can still pick up clowns for $6. And, actually, there's something that is a little interesting going on with their rankings right now. A bunch of clowns, for some reason, on Trade Sniper unranked. And I do know that the devs are working with Trade Sniper to try to see what the issue is. And it may be that they have to re-upload their JSON files or something. I don't know. I'll see what I can do to contribute to helping with that. But we have a lot of NFT people in the community. So I'm sure between us all, we'll figure it out. But you can still get in. And some of those ones that are unranked, I mean, you don't even know what you're getting right now. You could be, there's a gentleman who swears black and blue that this morning, the clown that he picked up for less than $100 is number 1. And if you look at the rankings, number 1, the person has that listed at like 500 ETH. So if he manages to actually discover that that's a number 1 clown, he's going to be one happy.
This one here. Supposedly this is the number 1 as of right now, because it has the headphones and the laser eyes. So, and I know that because I looked at it the other day.
I got my eye on a couple of the top 10s right now, but yeah.
For me, this would be.
I'm waiting until the rankings all unfold. Otherwise, I would have jumped at them for sure.
Well, the problem is you want to keep sweeping the floor before the rankings come out because you never know.
That's what I'm doing too. I'm sweeping the floor, and because you just never know right now. It's kind of like a mystery prize.
Yeah,
I love these clowns. I bought 4. I'll probably get 4 more. Yeah, absolutely. Just wait till the gas is low.
Like this one, you don't know what the outfit's really going to do yet.
Right. So we don't know what the clown suit is. I mean, the clown suit, I know. Yeah. Maybe the Actors Guild will have the clown suits because they're the entertainers. These are all things that, like I said, the devs have ideas, but also the community has ideas. So if the idea hasn't been put out there yet, I don't know. Right. There are different chat rooms, too, for the clowns. Like I've mentioned, there is a veterans group for people who have served, and it doesn't have to be in America. It could be in any country. You're more than welcome to. If you're a veteran and you're watching the stream and you'd like to get involved with that, then shoot me a DM, and I'll make sure that you get added to that group.
Yep.
So
let's do the. Sorry, I'm just writing down my winners.
Absolutely.
Again, guys, if you win, DM me and I'll get you guys taken care of. So we're gonna go ahead and do the 3 winners for the clowns.
Yeah,
And then
let's do
these
3.
are courtesy of Rad, and then we'll move on to the racing club that Rad's been doing because I'm interested in hearing this about that. I have been able to do a little bit of research, but haven't had a chance to do much. So I definitely want to hear about that. So, okay, so I have 3 in here, 3 winners. I'm gonna go ahead and draw.
All right. Is it going to pick them one at a time,
Maybe.
or does it pick them all at the same time?
Rejected. I don't know why he was rejected.
Not sure.
That's weird.
Not sure.
Should turn that off, I guess.
Yeah. So who'd we get? I don't have my glasses today.
Man, Naveen won another one.
Naveen's having a lucky day.
Carlos and Tim. So this is all from Twitter, guys.
Congratulations.
So, yep, just
Congratulations.
congrats.
Welcome to the clown show.
And that's one thing I like about it is one, they're so active. They're kind of inserting themselves into every space they can. You know, there's 5, 6, 10, 12 people that go in with clown profile pictures and just kind of go into spaces and kind of somewhat kind of take it over, and not in a bad way. But that's one of the things.
Never in a bad way. We're very polite clowns. Very polite clowns. Once you join a space with the clowns, trust me,
You'll understand
all about it. Absolutely.
Well, loves a clown. That's right. Okay, so congrats, everybody. All right, so let's go to the Lazy Horse Race Club because
you want to bring that up. I'm going to bring up on my computer too because I've got access to something that you don't have access to, and I might have to do a walkthrough on my screen. But
where do you just mint them on their website, or are they on OpenSea? I looked on OpenSea, but I didn't see them.
Lazy Horse Race Club. So, okay, this is a project that I was introduced to. Surprise, surprise, through the clowns community. They're working closely together because Lazy Horse is part of the Lazy World Metaverse, which there's all kinds of other projects involved with that. So right now, this is on Kronos Network. But this Saturday, they will be launching on Ethereum Network. So that is something really. Huh?
Now you're talking my language.
Right? Yeah. So, Crow has its great benefits, one of them being very, very low gas. I mean, when you're talking Crow, you're talking maybe a couple of cents in gas. So if you're kind of curious and you're thinking about, absolutely give it a try because Kronos has such an amazing NFT community. There's a lot of awesome projects out there. So Lazy Horse is a racetrack. They have the only first-person racing on the blockchain. A lot of people are probably familiar with Zedrun because that's been around for a while. I actually like this one a little better, not only because they have like awesome cartoony and fun NFTs, but their whole world is you can't do this with Zedrun. You can buy a horse there and you can breed it and you can race it. But in the Lazy world, you actually have a whole metaverse. Basically, the way it works is that you'll sign up for an account and then you download their Unity player and then you enter through Unity on your desktop or Android. I do believe they have Apple iOS is coming soon, but just not right now for Lazy World. So this is just, it's really fun. You get to do all the things. You get to race horses. Of course, it's play to earn because there's betting and stuff like that involved. So of course, this is an adult's game. For those of you who want to get a little bit more adventurous with the game, there are skyboxes available. I was very, very blessed to be gifted a skybox. So in future, when you hear me talking about being in the skybox and having events in there and get-togethers and streams, you know where it'll be. It'll be in the Lazy World. And so coming to Ethereum this weekend on Saturday. but super, super excited about this project. Like I said, I'm new to this project as well, but desktop and Oculus. See, we have Nifty Horseman in the house. And as a matter of fact, I'm very, very happy to say that all you have to do, Alex, is announce the day and the time. And 2 of the top guys have already agreed to come on your show and tell everybody more about it and do more of a in-depth than I can, because I've had so many things going on this week. I would love to have spent more time in this world, but I've been a little short on time. I'm going to be getting into it deeper, and especially after Saturday when it hits Ethereum network.
Great. So now this is something else that you're going to drag me into, right? This.
I know what this drag is. I'm just like, hey, look at this awesome project. And then the next thing I know, it's like 2 a.m. and you're hitting me up going, is this a good one?
Look what I got. Look what I got.
Yeah. But
No,
I should also mention that these guys have real world, I hate that freaking word, away from keyboard utility as well. They do have actual racehorses, and something that you might want to get into with them when you get them live on your channel is, I do believe there's some kind of horse rescue or something that they might be involved in, because nobody wants to see horses turn into glue, right? So right. I do believe there's something else that they have going on with that. But again, they can answer all those questions for you.
Yeah, I just have to get a hold of them. Anybody that can message me on Twitter, message me, we'll get it set up. I definitely want to get them on here and talk about it, because I'm going to start looking into this too. And
I think if you go to their Twitter page, Alex, you can see some of the videos of the horses running, because I don't know if you can just see that right there on the website. But Lazy Horse Race. It's easier than us trying to go back and forth between sharing screens. But Twitter, Lazy Horse Race Club. Also, I know that Buddy Marbles and FOMO Bozo are more than happy to jump on and do a screen with you as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I need to get a hold of them too, and get
absolutely. I already got it guaranteed that they will come on your show. So when you see these real world clips, when you hit play here, the horses that you see racing, these are actual horses that are owned by the Lazy Horse Race Club. So again, they have away from keyboard, and then it'll cut to some of the gaming version here. You'll see that in a second. So you see here,
That's awesome, man.
So we'll all have to don big hats and have a derby day.
Well, we're gonna have to be in Rad's skybox, is what I'm hearing.
In the skybox, yeah. Well, you know who else has a skybox? West Coast Crypto has one of our player guys. He's got a skybox too, and I'm not sure if our skyboxes are next door to each other, but yeah, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely, Tim. Rad does have a channel too.
Oh, so yeah, I hate it's like this. No, so my channel, I'm in the middle of relaunching right now, because my previous YouTube channel, to be honest, was a political channel when I was heavily involved with politics during the 2020 election. But I do have a No Mo FOMO, just like the website. Yep. Again, for anybody who's looking on how do you find out about these spaces and where do I find out about all these giveaways and things, go to nomofomo.tech. Let's bring it up. Can we bring it up?
Yeah.
You got 7 minutes. Of course you can bring it up. We'll bring it up and then we'll do the giveaways.
We'll do the giveaway.
Yeah. So No Mo FOMO, because we don't want you to feel like you're missing out or losing out. So here we go. nomofomo.tech. And you can see there's an events calendar right there on the side. And
you're going to have list up here, right? When it comes out.
It's up there. I think list is up there. We've got, these are all, so the ticker at the top is projects that, that I personally like. You can, if you would like to see a project added there, absolutely. You can just DM me and I will try to see if, I need the coin. I hate to say this, comes from CoinMarketCap. So, as long as they're listed on CoinMarketCap, I can put your project on it. Yeah. But the community calendar there on the side, as well as the little blog where we do updates. with a little bit more in-depth information. If you're involved in a project, or you have a project, or maybe just a member of a community and you would like to see it listed there. But you see the little blue events calendar there. You can scroll over that and it'll tell you every day what is coming up. For example, what do we got today, Alex? Because I don't have my glasses. Today is the 19th? 19th.
Man, next space. Good morning, Bot. Wow, that's awesome. Oh yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, so you just go to the calendar, click on a day, and it'll tell you. And of course, we're always looking to list more because we don't want FOMO. People don't want to miss out on your space and your giveaways and your events and whatever else.
The 5,000 free mints from House of Clowns.
Yeah, like stuff like that, right? Like especially if you've got free mints coming up, like holy hell, we want to know all about that. So yeah, but this is something that I am going to be doing in future. No More FOMO Tech YouTube channel. And I know a lot of people do spaces like this where we get together for an hour or 2 hours and deep dive on projects. It's going to be really, really different. It's just going to be between 5 and 10 minutes and just the latest updates and just bam, 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 headline, headline, headline. This is what's happening. This is what's new. And if you want to find more about it, you go to the website and find out about it. But just something you can stick on in the morning and just listen really quickly and find out what's happening.
Yep. And then there's, AMAs from different projects on here too. So you can go and check that out. And it's a great, I moved it up here. I need to start getting on here every day or every couple of days just to check the calendar and see what's coming up so I don't miss out on stuff. So great way, down here you can just click on AMAs and stuff like this will come up and just shift through them and
everything's tagged. Like if you're just looking for a hangout space, you can press the word hangouts and it'll bring up the hangout spaces for you. And this is even in the calendar. Within the calendar itself, it has categories and tags. So you can actually just press on those tags and find out on the calendar what's happening. If you're really into NFTs, press the NFT tag and that will come up. And if you're really like looking for a YouTube stream, you can click on that and it will tell you what ones are coming up. So it's very, very comprehensive. Actually, I haven't even started unwrapping all the features of this thing because I just built this website and just started using it.
I see House of Clowns tomorrow.
Yeah, so Mondays and Wednesdays, House of Clowns, the big show happens at 10 Eastern, and there may sometimes be big extravaganzas on Sundays as well.
Yeah.
And don't forget, I don't know if I've listed it yet. I've got to put the horse release coming up on Saturday. Yeah. So as soon as I leave it, and like I said, my laptop was frying out this morning. I got to go and add that in here. So speaking of, shall we give away a couple of horses?
Yes, let's do that. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to go. We're going to do the same one. How many do you want to do? 2, Rad?
Yeah, let's do 2 for now. I'm not sure how many they're sending me. They said they were going to send me some, but some is like an undefined number. So we'll give away 2 now. And then I'll tell you what, if I have any more left over, we can give some more.
We'll do some more next week.
Yeah.
I think we should try and get on here once a week and do updates from the week before.
Yeah, because we've been doing every other week, but I know it's, we can figure that out for sure.
Yeah. So we'll do some more for sure. All right. So we're going to do 2 winners for Lazy Horse. Scott and Jay Thacker. Congrats, guys.
Congrats, guys. You got yourself a horse. Yay! Make sure to feed it. All right, I like it. Got some gem vibes going on. I like this little thing I got here. Oh, look, they're gathering on my hair. Look at that. That's fun.
That's the
party mode. Party mode. It's a party. They're all at the Kentucky Derby. Wow.
Welcome, George. I'm glad, there's weeks where we miss doing this and, it comes to the weekend and I'm like, we need to do another update. I know there's just so much going on in the crypto space all the time. And
It's
you know,
way
Rad,
too much.
it's so much. So we just try and bring you guys some projects that we're interested in and that have good utility that we think and good devs, and also information as far as what's going on and, you know, the market and stuff like that. And, you know, as the market continues to go up, you know, it's only going to get better for everybody.
Yeah,
So,
I think once we hear some of that big news from Lily, I swear Para is gonna, if it's not a bull run already, Para is gonna bring a bull run. The stuff that Lee has coming is just freaking amazing, and I'm just really glad that it's gonna bring benefit to all these projects. So super, super duper exciting.
yep. And yeah, I agree with Rad. I think we're ushering in a bull run now, slowly but surely. And, you know, with Lee coming on and kind of dropping some small grenades to us, you know, look forward to next week. You know, look into Para, guys. I'm telling you, solid team. Rad and I have been working together and with some other really good people for a while now. I feel like for 4 or 5 months. Things are progressing. They're trying to do things differently as far as doing NFTs, staking with Para, not just Para, which is different. So just, again, solid team. Great design in one of the devs. He does awesome artwork. Probably one of the best in space. Oh, Para Pro's coming out soon. 3D NFTs. We've seen some
3D NFTs. Now that's something that's going to be really interesting. I would like to maybe see if we can't get together with House of Clowns and their clown world, and they've got a 3D world, and we've got 3D dogs. And I know we've got some arrangement with another project, and it may very well be the one that Lee's talking about that we may. I don't know if it's the merger one or if it's another, because we've got a few partners. But yeah, I know that our dogs are going to be appearing in some other 3D games as well. So it's always nice to have collaborations with other projects and jump in and out of each other's spaces. It's just way too much fun, and that's how we're all going to get ahead in Web3. It's you know, not by being divided and, you know, cutting each other off. It's going to be the projects that stick together and work together, and that's why I'm so happy to be able to come and do these spaces, because these projects that we do the deep dives into, like I said, it's very. I spend a lot of time looking at projects, and I go very, very deep into them. And so, you know, if I'm up here saying that something is a good project, I'm really putting my own ass on the line. You know.
Yep.
For some reason, I seem to have some reputation in the space that people tag me in all kinds of stuff. So apparently I'm some kind of influencer now, or at least I was until my account got nuked. So yeah, if I'm up here and telling you that a project is really good, one, I'm invested in myself, and two, I'm willing to put my ass on the line to say this. So, you know, I do that with great caution. So yeah, just yay, chocolate just showed up. Thank you, honey.
I was like, I hear a bag. There's food there somewhere. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna jump off, but I appreciate everybody coming.
Thank you.
Watch out for another one maybe next week. I know there's a lot of stuff happening. So, you know, watch out for another update live coming up, and possibly next week, and we'll jump on here and see what else is going on, and let you guys know what's new. So appreciate you guys all coming out and joining us. Rad.
Quick plug. I have a stream tomorrow night at 10 p.m. with Wadi, the crypto hunter. So everybody, make sure that you are there. Wadi is an absolutely amazing person who is battling against the greatest of odds, and just we want to be there to support him. He needs to get his channel monetized, which means we need to get his subscribers and his viewers up. So please join us there tomorrow night. It'll be on my Twitter. I'm sure Alex will retweet it out for us as well. And please join us there and then.
Yep. And thank you, everybody. Again, I appreciate you guys all coming out. We always have fun doing this. I'm glad that Lee stopped by. It's always fun to see him as well. And Brad, again, thank you for coming on. It's always a pleasure. Always have a good time. So we'll chat and hopefully get on next week. All right, guys.
Absolutely. Thanks, Alex.
Right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.